Hello and welcome to the Insecure Chef. I'm here with Regina as always on this unusually warm autumn day, and the holidays are coming before you know it. So today I felt like a dessert, so today I'm going to be making blueberry cheese Danish. Comes together very quickly. You're going to need blueberries, you're going to need cream cheese, you're going to need powdered sugar, and you're going to need puff pastry. Those are the basic ingredients of this. It's really easy to do. So we're going to move over to the kitchen, and we're going to get started here. I'm going to turn on the medium saucepan to about medium high. All right, we'll get that going. In the meantime, I've preheated my oven to 400 because you'll be needing that in a few minutes. But right now we're going to be working here on the stove, preheating this medium-sized saucepan on the medium heat. And I'm going to be throwing in a cup of blueberries, or roughly 6 ounces, or about a half a pint, any way you want to measure it. There they are there. Make sure they're washed. You took off any of the stems, and make sure they're dried. All right, so they're going in right now. And I'm going to follow that now with anywhere between a half and 3/4 of a cup of sugar. It's really up to you. It depends on it. Try the blueberries raw. If they're very tart, go with 3/4. If they're very sweet, go with a half a cup. So I'm putting that in right now. And with that, just a half a cup of water. All right. We're going to just give that a little stir. And what we're going to do is we're going to get this up to boiling. All right, we're going to start to bring this mixture now to a boil. In the meantime, I took one of these guys. It's basically a potato smasher or whatever you want. Because my pans are stick-free, I also use this so I don't scratch the bottom. If you have metal pans, then you can certainly use a metal one. But I'm just going to start, as these start to get a little softer, I'm just going to start squishing them down a little bit, like so. All right, I'm going to make a quick cornstarch mixture now, as that's blueberries came to a boil. I just have a tablespoon of water in there. I'm going to take a heaping tablespoon here of cornstarch. I'm going to throw that in there, like so. Going to mix that up into a slurry, and then I'm going to dump it right in there. So this is, again, a heaping tablespoon of cornstarch in about a tablespoon of water. It'll be a thick paste. You want to get it all mixed in there, like that. And now I'm going to throw it into this mixture here. Alrighty. Let's get that in there now, like so. There we are. And now we'll give this a stir for until it thickens up. That's doing very nicely. And you're looking for a consistency that'll kind of drip off of the off your spoon. It won't take long. I'm going to guess between 15-30 seconds, maybe, or maybe as much as a minute. It really depends. I'm working a little lower than medium heat. Yeah, almost there to the consistency I'm looking for. And then you're going to transfer this to a bowl and allow it to cool. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm going to turn the heat off. One last stir. I'm going to transfer that into a bowl now. Okay, let's get all the goodness out of there. Like so. All right, that's close enough for chemistry. All right, I've transferred it into a bowl. I'm just going to zest here a lemon. If you haven't got one of these guys, get it. It's cheap. It's handy to use. If you're not familiar with zesting the fruit, you just want to go down to that top yellow layer. You don't want to get too much into the pith. That's the white stuff there at the bottom. You don't want to get into that because that's bitter. Okay. Let me just rub that in there. And you can put as much as little as you like. All this does is basically offset some of that sweetness, gives you a nice balance. I'm just going to put just a little more. Another interesting thing you could do, by the way, you saw when I made the cornstarch mixture, I used water. You could, in reality, use the juice of a lemon, because you only need a tablespoon of liquid, tablespoon or so of liquid. So you could have gotten a tablespoon of lemon juice if you like. I try to keep the citrus down to a minimum because Regina can't handle the citrus. It's really not good for her, so I don't overdo it. The zest here is irrelevant to her because it's not the acidic citric that she's worried about from the juice. All right, that's good. I'm going to give that a little stir. And then as this cools down, we'll begin the process of making the cream cheese. Okay. All right, we're going to start here. I've got 8 ounces of full-fat cream cheese here. I've allowed it to soften. You can keep it out for an hour if you so it, Corbin, or you can put it in a microwave, whatever you do. You want to make it easy enough so you can mess with it, because we're going to be adding now a half a cup of powdered sugar to this. So I'm just going to try to get this started. I'm going to throw the powdered sugar in. Go slowly, because powdered sugar will go all over the place when you're starting to work with it. It's very, very fine. So I'm going to start the mixing process like so. Get it going like that. And we'll continue this process until I have a nice smooth mixture. All right, the puff pastry I've had out now that it's thawed. So I'm going to unfold this right now. All right, make sure you get all the paper off it. I think I do. Right, okay. We're going to cut the first sheet into quarters. I'm using a pizza cutter here, or a pastry cutter, whatever you like to call it. I'm going to try to eyeball it down so I get about 4 even pieces. Like so. Okay. And now I'm going to take our cream cheese and our blueberry mixture, and we're going to get started. First, I'm going to put about a tablespoon of our cream cheese mixture here in the center. Yeah, it's a little fun to play with. You'll have to excuse me on that. If you guys have got a better method, for you pastry folks out there and know what you're doing, to get this kind of filling, excuse me, to get off your spoon a little bit easier, I'd appreciate it. All right, that's one. We're going to be making 8 of these. I'll have a second sheet out when we finish the first sheet. And you got any suggestions? You baked over your life.
Yeah. Not sure those jaw scraping things are good.
Well, that might be handy to pull it off of here. Obviously, you want to make this at room temperature enough so that it is malleable. But I may do a second pass to try to get it out. But we're working with roughly a tablespoon. There we go. Yeah. It might be sticky, but it sure tastes good. I think we need a little more over here, babe, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't want it too excessive either, because then it'll go squishing out, because we're going to be folding this up. You still have to put the blueberry on. So I'm going to call that okay. I'm going to get another spoon. Maybe I'll take that idea you had. Maybe that'll help. Okay, now I'm going to take the same thing, about a tablespoon here. I'm going to lush right on top of that, like so. That. Okay, make sure I did okay. And you want this blueberry to be kind of cool, room temperature would be preferred. And now all I'm going to be doing is I'm simply going to take 2 opposite edges and I'm going to overlap it like that. Okay, give it a little push. Like so. And then I'm going to transfer that onto my baking sheet. And we're going to continue to do this. I'll do another one here. Simply going to overlap the two, like so. Give it a little push down, like that. And we're going to overlap that, put it there. And we'll continue this now. I will cut the second sheet, and we'll do this for a total of 8. Okay, I've got 7 of them done now. This is our last one coming in right now. Laying that right on there. So there you see them, there they are, right there. And now the next to last step, or the last step before we bake them, is I've just taken 1 egg I've beaten, and now I'm just going to brush this over everything. Like that. You'll probably be a little neater than I am. I've got my blueberry fingerprints on everything.
That's all right. We're eating them.
Yeah, well, I can tell you, never said I was a baker, but I can tell you that I've made these before. They're easy, as you saw. Then they are
good.
delicious.
Yeah.
They will disappear in no time whatsoever. But again, you know, if you're into pretty, you're going to be serving them, you'll have to work a little bit carefuler than I have. And you know, the blueberry will probably sneak out while it cooks. You'll learn as you make these really how much you should actually put in proportional between the blueberry and the cream cheese, and how you like them, if you like them more cream cheesy or more blueberry. You can see that's pretty much up to you. You just don't want to overburden them too much, because then they will come squishing out all over the place. But it's important, this step here is important to make sure you try to keep these together when they bake. It's going to be an odd color one, but I promise you I will eat it. I just want to make sure I get the seams covered. You think I missed any? All right.
I don't think so.
Over here?
Yeah.
Like that? Yes?
Good.
Is that good?
Good, good.
Okay, the oven has been preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll be putting these in right now. All right, like I said, we're going to bake them at 400. I got the oven preheated. They're going to go in for about 15 to 20 minutes until a nice golden brown. So let's get those in there. Like so. And I'll set my timer. I'm going to set it for 20, but I will be keeping a close eye on it to make sure that nothing strange goes on. And we'll be back. Okay, I've taken them out. These took a full 20 minutes. And I'm just going to let those cool. And when they do, I'm going to take a bite. All right, I've allowed these just to cool a little bit so I can pick them up. Yours will probably come out a little prettier. I never said I was a confectioner. Is that the right word? But anyway, I can assure you they are delicious. I'm just going to grab one of these, and I'm just going to bite into it. Yes. They are delicious. I'll save you half of this, babe. One more. Still nice and warm. Allow me to swallow. Now I guess, if you wanted, I could probably add icing drizzle on them if you like. I've done things like that in the past. I've done that mostly with turnovers, but nonetheless, you could do that. Anyway, they came out delicious. When you work with them, your hands, if you keep them cleaner than I did, you wouldn't necessarily get a little staining, but I don't think that makes a damn bit of difference. So, with that said, also you'll notice on the recipe when you read it, I made a comment right at the top. This recipe originally calls for 1 cup of blueberries and a half cup of water, which is what I did. You do wind up with a good deal extra blueberry filling. So if you don't have a use for that blueberry filling or you don't want to waste blueberries, I suggest you cut everything in half in that regard. Only with the blueberry filling. The cream cheese filling is fine. So you'll read the comment right at the top of the recipe. So from the Instago chef and his wonderful wife Regina,
Have a great night.
thank you for watching. Stop by anytime. Enjoy the upcoming holidays and get ready for the winter. Take care.